we have to look at God's no's as a blessing, because that's exactly what it is. And not in a negative way, but in a positive way. When God tells you no, just be like, okay, God, you said no, so trust and believe. I trust and believe that you have something better. This is not for me. I'm not going to take it personal. I'm not going to throw a tantrum or a fit. And, back to the things that we couldn't see or didn't know about that he saved us from, those conversations and plots that we didn't hear that he saved us from, that potential relationship, that potential marriage, job, friendship that he saved us from, that event that he stopped you from going to that end up getting shot up. So it may not always look like it, but God's no is often a blessing in disguise that we don't understand or see right away. We need to be thankful for what didn't happen, because that is a blessing as well. We need to be thankful when God tells us no, because that is a blessing as well. We need to be thankful for the things that we could not see take place, in the spiritual realm, the things that we wasn't there to witness, but the Lord did. That's why he said, no, you don't need to be friends with her no more. That's why he said, no, you don't need to marry that man. That's why he said, no, you don't need that job. I'm seeing what's going on. That's not for you. I got something better. That's why he said, no, you don't need to go to that event. This is going to happen. Our mind is always stuck on fun, but the Lord thinks about the future. The Lord thinks about our spirit, our well-being, our safety. We just be thinking about fun. We just be thinking with our flesh. But I like him. I love him. But is he good for you? I really want this job because it makes a lot of money. Will they treat you as a right employee? You might get into the job and be stressed out. The Lord knows what's best. So be thankful for when the Lord tells you no. Be thankful for when things didn't go your way. Be thankful, for everything. Really.